How can anything help me if I'm unclear as to where I want to go, what I want to do, who I want to do it with, and what the impact ultimately is? Intentionality is such an important word because the more clarity you have and the more intentionality you have about pursuing that bigger picture, that legacy that you want to create, and the more you think about that, the more you can communicate it. So what I find, and Grant talks about this and I talk about it, is that most people think too small. So think beyond, just challenge yourself. I just encourage you, because this is the conversation I'm having with business owners. I've got 35 business owners in town this weekend. And I assure you, going into these conversations, because the process I've gone through with them through my program is I have transparency into how they're thinking right now. In every single case, the things that they're dealing with, it's because they're thinking too small. When you think small, everything's a problem. When you think way out and huge, it's an opportunity to solve the thing that's keeping you from the big opportunity. But if you're not thinking that big and you're thinking small, then all these little things that you're dealing with every single day that seem like problems or challenges, they pull you off track and they drown you in the emotional or the strategic or the whatever you're dealing with. They drown you in that, and then it seems like it's too hard to break through that. So you get stuck in the little things, and you start letting those little things control you and pull you around, like going to a meeting and maybe saying something that made you feel dumb, or answering a question that you didn't answer right, or introducing yourself in a way where you didn't feel it represented the highest and best value. Now, in that moment, you can tuck your tail and say, I'm not going to subject myself to this again, and go home, and then wish you could have some different thing happen in your life. Or you can immediately walk out and say, when I said that, I didn't say it right. How could I say it different? What would I want somebody to hear if I was given an opportunity to say that again? And you can take notes and you can write things down, and you can go listen to other people who have developed their speaking skills or their intercommunication skills or their topic skills or the depth of some kind of topic. And you can take really good notes, and you can drill, practice, and rehearse in your own mind. Like this morning, flying home, I spent on a 2-hour flight this morning 1 hour visualizing, literally signing documents, putting people into my business, what conversations I'm having, how many of those people, where I'm putting them when I do my meetings, like who sits where, and why do I have them sit there, and who's engaging them, and what are we talking about, and what information do I need in order to help them. Like, I visualize this as though I'm in a room with thousands of people, and I'm segmenting the room based on the type of industry they're in and the type of problems they're dealing with, and the type of technical issues and people issues. Because in my mind, I'm formatting in advance what is going to happen and how I should be dealing with it. So it's intuitive for me when I get there, and I've got a plan. And when I talk to people, I speak about that bigger plan. What that does is it helps me find people today that can either be an example to that plan. They could be someone who could influence decisions I make in the process of trying to accomplish that plan. Or it could be somebody that I can lean into from a relationship standpoint that might be participating in that plan in the future. But if I'm not talking about that future plan, I'm not talking about the things that I want to build, I'm not talking about the things I want to do, I'm not talking about the process I'm going about getting there and the type of people I'd want to work with, how can the universe, how can any people, how can any ecosystem, how can anything help me if I'm unclear as to where I want to go, what I want to do, who I want to do it with, and what the impact ultimately is?